Good day, everybody. Welcome back to another video of Plug Talk, where I'm here at a charging station, physically charging up my car, and I'm just connecting you to the power source, the socket, right? God and His Word and His ways, right? And just also sharing some a little bit of my earthly perspective, wisdom in it. So what I'm saying, everything can make sense, and it just be a little bit easier to understand, right? Everybody says the Bible's hard to understand. A lot of things when you first start is hard to understand. But you know what I'm saying? When you keep doing it and keep working at it, things start to click, things get easier. And you know what I'm saying? Now you have knowledge. You are aware, you know what's going on, right? So I just had to throw that out there, right? So today we talking about practice. No, I'm joking. We ain't talking about practice. Well, we talking about seeds. We learned about seeds on at church on Sunday, and what is so awesome about that is like seeds are very powerful. It's like everything we do is a seed. The Bible says we reap what we sow, right? So what actions, what habits we're doing, we're gonna reap those in return in the future at some point in our lives, right? So if we are sowing habits of let's say bad eating habits, we're gonna at some point we're gonna have to deal with the consequences of what comes from a poor eating diet or habit, right? Or anything, right? So let's say we decide to bring just at at our workplace, we want to come and bring positivity and bring joy and stuff like that. At some point, our coworkers might not be happy or they may never be happy. But at some point, you know what I'm saying, some people gonna start sharing that same positivity and joy and kindness back, whether it's one person, two people, or the whole work office workstation, right? At some point, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get that same energy back. And don't get it wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'm not God, so I can't say when something's gonna happen. I can't say if it'll ever happen, right? Like He's gonna determine. But at some point, you're gonna reap what you are sowing. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. So Bishop shared a few things, and he said the first things first that I wanted to share. Smallness is not weakness, right? When we look at seeds, we think they're very insignificant. They're just a seed. Seeds actually become trees that are hundreds of feet tall, and the same height that you see above ground, they actually have to go the same distance underground, right? If it's 100 feet tall, that means it's got to be spread out 100 feet in multiple different ways, so that way that tree is stable and does not fall. You see what I'm saying? So let's not despise small beginnings, whether it's small beginnings in a new habit that you're trying to create with your children, whether it's small habits that you're trying to practice inside your business, in trading, with your family, friends, right? Don't condescend and look down negatively on those things. The world might do it, but you shouldn't also do it, right? Because again, seeds are actually, can multiply and become great things. So that's one thing I just had to share that one. Two, seeds require resistance to grow, right? So when you put a seed in the ground, when you put a seed in the ground, it has to be compacted in with the soil, right? And then you got to drown it with the water. That's a lot of resistance. You know what I'm saying? Think of it as a human. You get buried buried alive and you drown and they drown you with water and you grow. I mean, okay, that doesn't really make sense. But what I'm saying is like we have to endure some type of pressure. We have to withstand certain type of kickbacks and oppositions and adversaries and you know what I'm saying, just difficulties along our course. But that's gonna build us and make us into whoever we're aiming to be or whoever God is, you know what I'm saying, growing us to be, right? So think about it. Nobody great didn't nobody great. If you think about anybody great, they had to overcome some opposition. Dr. Martin Luther King, why is he so great? What did he do here in America? He did several things, marches, public speaking, like you know what I'm saying, which the normal people are not is not doing, right? Who got up in front of thousands of people in DC? Not too many people can say that, right? So not only that, but he did it as a black man. Not saying, this is anything about race, anything like that, but that's just, what I'm saying, that's one reason why he's seen as such a great significant figure in the United States, right? Why is Jesus great? He had to withstand all the sins and temptation on earth to live a perfect life. So that way we can have, what I'm saying, life, a eternal life after, what I'm saying? Or what I'm saying, presidents. Why are they so great? You know what I'm saying? They obviously had to, gain a certain level of knowledge, race against other politicians, all this type of stuff, and then become the president of whatever country they are, and be able to run that country, that military, and be able to stand and speak on behalf of that country and other countries abroad and stuff like that, right? That's what makes them great. And same thing with C's, you know what I'm saying? They had to withstand their difficulties to grow and then become something great, right? So please don't look down on small beginnings. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. What else? What else? Also, I want to say that we reap later than we sow, right? We live in a society where everything is so quick, so instantaneous, right? We scroll on YouTube, we don't like this video. Like certain people don't even know what commercials are, right? Like it blows my mind. Like some people, like kids, they think ads are commercials. Like in a way they are, but they don't even know about like old school commercials because we don't even most people don't even watch regular cable TV anymore. But that is besides the point. But uh that cracked me up when I realized that the other day. But yeah, we reap later than we sow. So sometimes you reap, a few weeks, sometimes a few months down the line, sometimes years down the line, sometimes decades down the line. But you know what I'm saying? Just please don't grow weary, as the Bible says, don't grow weary in well doing. Right? At some point you stay the course, you know what I'm saying? God willing, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, right? So please, 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 please don't think everything is just gonna happen on an instant, on a dime, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like parenting, that's I mean, it takes 9 months to, for the baby to fully develop most of the times in most cases. But it also, on top of that, it's like, what I'm saying? When you become a parent, you're a parent for the rest of your life, essentially. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, what I'm saying, you're a parent today, okay, I'm done tomorrow. No, like, what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be growing and correcting and, what I'm saying, developing your child, what I'm saying, until they reach the age that they can, what I'm saying, do it by themselves. But then at the end of the day, like I still call my parents asking for help and advice, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, what I'm saying, they just have a level of expertise and knowledge that I don't have, and I appreciate that. And that's another thing that he talked about. He said every harvest carries tomorrow in it. Just like, what I'm saying, when you plant, you have a few apple seeds in the ground, that tree is going to grow up and multiply and create many more apples, right? And then you're going to be able to have many more apple seeds now because of the multiplication of apples that it has created, right? So what you do, not only, what I'm saying, it multiplies. It's not just a one stand alone, right? It, what I'm saying, that one seed doesn't die off. Well, I'm losing my words here, but a seed multiplies, and that's what we are here to do. We are created to subdue. We're made in likeness, image of God, created to multiply, subdue, have dominion. I don't know why I'm forgetting the verse right now, but we're created to multiply, subdue, and have dominion on the earth, right? So, what I'm saying, everything we're doing, we're supposed to make a lasting impression on others. You know what I'm saying? Making a lasting impression for our families, for our generations after us, everybody that we interact with. You know what I'm saying? Your act of kindness is supposed to multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply. You know what I'm saying? They had a saying, each one teach one, or they had a saying, what goes around comes around. You see what I'm saying? It's like what you do, it goes out into the world and it just, keeps going around and around and around and around and around. So that is awesome. That what we are planting, sorry, what we reap, what we plant and reap, you know what I'm saying, it multiplies. And I think that's pretty much it. Those are some of the biggest points that I received, man. I had to share that information with y'all, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Everything that we're doing, man, just whatever you're doing, you're planting seeds, right? So that is the significant thing about parents. That is the significant thing about teachers and mentors, right? They are usually ahead of us, so that way they can stop the seeds from sowing or from multiplying at such young stages of our development, right? Like when I see kids, what I'm saying, my kids, and they're doing things, and I'm like, okay, that's not a good habit to have. We're not gonna keep doing that. What I'm saying? You gotta cut that off right now. So that doesn't build into something that is much more harder for me to handle and manage, or for themselves to manage and break from later stages in life. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like a mentor. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can correct me and stop me and save me time and energy and resources by, what I'm saying, directing me on paths. Like, okay, you're doing this in your trading. Oh, you probably shouldn't be doing this. Or, I'm saying, oh, that, what I'm saying, this doesn't work. Or, what I'm saying, if you want to be doing this, you want to be doing things of this manner. You know what I'm saying? You want to be doing it, be consistently profitable. You got to be doing X, Y, and Z. And you know what I'm saying? You got to be documenting the process, this, that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see beyond us, and they're able to, what I'm saying, just really just help us in our development and stop certain seeds from, being formed. And you know what I'm saying? And continue to help us with certain seeds. You know what I'm saying? And direct us to, go in that path of those seeds and multiplying them. Right. So, man, just if I can leave off of anything, you know what I'm saying? Just be appreciative of parents, be appreciative of teachers, mentors, people with farther and greater wisdom and information than you. Don't ever be too prideful to think that, you know what I'm saying, that you're smarter and you know everything and you got it going on. And we don't, you know what I'm saying? There's really so much that we don't know. Really so much that we don't know. And to be able to have someone who, from a loving standpoint, from a um unbiased standpoint, to help you out and to help you sow seeds that will be beneficial for your future is just it's a gift, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't even pay these people back, but it's an amazing gift. And God gives us his word, which is a gift. God gives us his presence, which is a gift. And we can't do nothing to, what I'm saying, fully pay him back, because at the end of the day, we're all still so flawed, but he loves us. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on, he loves you, he loves me. And yeah, continue to plant seeds, man. Continue to sow into your future. Continue to to just put the work in, right? Because if you're not putting the work in, neglect is also a seed. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna reap those seeds of neglect, right? You don't cut your grass, now you got a jungle outside, right? You don't shave your face, you don't do your hair, and now you're looking crazy when you go outside, right? So neglect is also a seed. So put the work in of planting seeds of things that is helping you with your future, that's helping you where you want to go, and be able to receive, help and knowledge and wisdom of people who have, what I'm saying, a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more experience than you may have. So that way, what I'm saying, you're just getting extra help, extra, it might not even be help, but extra guidance with the seeds that you're planting. So thank y'all for just, listening, what I'm saying, to another video, and listen to the word that I was able to receive, and now that you're able to receive. And I hope that you go forth and, you know plant these seeds of knowledge and wisdom that I'm giving to you, so that way someone else can have this knowledge, and that the next person can have this knowledge and information. And because the seed is going to continue to multiply. At the end of the day, thank you again. Stay blessed by the best. God always.